Got to forget about it and get on with the next frame.
Yes, without a doubt, the way Quinten's played, he doesn't deserve to be behind in this match so far. But as you rightly say, I think this is a key moment now. This is the last frame before the mid-session interval. Quite clearly, if Ronnie could win it, I think that could be very, very damaging for Quinten, because this session so far, the 3 frames we've had, Quinten has possibly been the better of the 2 players and now faces a chance of going 3-1 behind in this session, which, worse for him, would be 7-5 behind in the match. Good length of cue ball, but unfortunately for Quinten, there's a shot to nothing on, and we know how good Ronnie normally is at this shot. I don't think I've ever seen anybody get such a high percentage of that shot. Perhaps Henry at his best. Got those almost 99 out of 100. It's amazing. The red above the black is his problem ball, but sometimes Ronnie goes into the pack early. I don't think he will this time, because I think 2 reds will pot in that same corner pocket as the one above the black. That's why he's played for both of them.
10.
This is a good chance now for Ronnie. He knows that Quinten's actually sitting in his chair now, hurting. And that's the beauty sometimes, when you do have that bit of good fortune, you've really got to make it pay and make him feel even worse. And Quinten, once again, he's done nothing wrong. It was a very, very good safety, and not many players in the world would have knocked the red in and continued where he left off the last frame. Fabulous snooker.
Yes, I think that's a valid point. That's probably one of the worst parts about snooker as a player. When you don't really do anything wrong, and your opponent, whether by good luck or in this case an excellent pot,
90.
You now sit in your chair suffering. As I always say, it doesn't matter how good you are, when you're there, all you can do is watch. And it's very frustrating to know that you're playing well, and all you can do is sit there, hold your cue, and have a sip of water occasionally.
Absolutely, John, and let's just reflect on Quinten's last 2 visits at the table. His last visit to the table was a good safety shot, and he's not winning and carrying on with this break, and the shot before was a very, very good pot. Knocked the green in, so he hasn't done anything wrong in his last 2 shots, and could cost him 2 frames.
Yeah, just looking at the scoreboard, he sat there while Ronnie's accumulated 120 points after those 2 shots. It's a frustrating game, snooker.
Don't know whether this is end of break. Is there a red on?
Well, I think there is a red that will just pass the blue, maybe. He's looking at a plant now in the right centre. It looks on, doesn't it? It's there. It's just about on the black.
We couldn't see from our television cameras there, but I was actually glancing up at Quinten as he played the plant, and that's the first time I've actually seen Quinten show a little bit of concern. He actually nodded his head to think, well, he's played a bad shot on the black, and all of a sudden a plant's appeared. And it was a great plant, but I'm sure Quinten was thinking it was end of break.
Well, choice of reds, obviously a frame winning chance. maybe a chance as well to get the century, which he just missed out on in the last frame. This is scintillating stuff from Ronnie O'Sullivan.
.41.
Quinten, okay, potted a ball and played a foul shot, but he hasn't actually scored a point for the last 2.5 frames. He led 5-4, he lost the next game 63 points to 0, the next 94 points to 0, and now we're 49 and counted in this game. So it's now 206 points without reply, and he hasn't played a bad shot.
.56. 57. 63. 64. 71.
There you see it. Past the point where Quinten needs snookers.
72.
And what a superb break this is. It really is vintage Ronnie O'Sullivan.
79.
And he hasn't done it at rocket speed. He's done it controlled.
80.
And okay, he was lucky to find the plant in the middle. But apart from that, he's never looked in any trouble whatsoever. And surely he'll get the century here. This match deserves
88.
one. And this packed crowd do. Superb.
95. 96.
Crowd applaud. The commentators are amazed.
103.
His 12th century of the season, his 227th of his career.
108. 110.
And now, like a thoroughbred racehorse coming into the last furlong, he quickens. And Quinten sat there, and Quinten will appreciate this, but you don't have to tell Quinten how good Ronnie O'Sullivan is. He knows. And he also knows now he's 2 frames behind, mid-session interval, and Ronnie is on a roll.
$122. Ronnie O'Sullivan, 120.
Absolutely brilliant. Ronnie O'Sullivan goes into the mid-session interval, leading by 7 frames to 5.
It was.